Do you have any problem making your SH Figuarts Dragon Ball characters standing still without dropping off? Especially for Vegeta? Well, I do. And I've been noticing that how come it is just for Vegeta, so I decided to take a closer look at the foot. As you can see, the Vegeta foot is designed slightly different as compared to other characters. I will show you guys later. So they do have extra space for articulations. I'll break it off and show you guys. I'm not an expert in articulations and things like that, but I do feel that it is pretty odd for Bandai to actually mix the feet area having more articulation. To me, I need articulations in any areas of the body, but the foot, it is just making him harder to just stand. The Vegeta do have this problem. Maybe it's not so obvious in this new Vegeta. And let's take this one step back for this Vegeta. As you can see, he does have a very huge area for articulations, and if you take a look at that, the ball joint is right at the back, so he does have tremendous articulations on the foot. But this in also making it harder to stand, especially if some of you guys forgot to adjust it back, you will just keep falling off. And the same thing goes for this superhero Vegeta as well. As you can see, just very similar to this one, he does have a very big gaps of articulation, which in return making him harder to stand just in a museum pose without falling off. And let's trace all the way back to the very first Vegeta, which is this one. Let's see if they have already designed the same way since the beginning. So this Vegeta, you can see it does have a lot of articulation as well, but it is not the same design as the newer one. This one does have a very limited area, which makes him much easier to stand as compared to the rest. And now we'll take a look at Goku, which is this recent Ultra Instinct Goku. And as we can see, the foot is somewhat similar to Vegeta. It's like a boots design, but if I were to take it off, you can see that this is something like the first Vegeta that I shown you earlier. So this one, it does have the articulations, but it's much more restricted, and this also will help him to stand easier because of the much restricted area. And also the same goes for this older Kaioken's Goku. You can see that although you can actually move pretty much, but in the area of this leg, it is a lot more restricted, so which means that he can stand easier as well. The same actually goes for this Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku. He is also much more easier to stand, as you can see. And of course, we got to take a look at Vegeta's son, which is Trunks, and he's also having the same boot design, which means that he is also having the very same odd design. As you can see, the joint is at the back of his foot, so you really got to, you know, adjust accordingly, otherwise he would just fall off. And very much similar to these Trunks as well, they are having the same ball joints, yeah, which makes him harder to stand, but because I have adjusted it, so he can stand better now. And let's move to Gohan. You can see that this one, this looks very similar to Goku, and the ball joint is right at the middle, so he doesn't have any problem standing still. Yes. However, for this Gohan, he is sporting a white boots just like Vegeta and Trunks, and yes, as you can see, the ball joint is right at the back of the legs, which makes him having a lot of movement, and in returns it is much harder to stand. But I have adjusted it so you can see he stand okay now. And the best design, of course, is this superhero Gohan. This is an entirely different ball joint on the foot. You can see that is actually a lot better. I would say this is the best design. He has no problem standing at all. You guys must be asking, so how do we solve this standing problem? Very easy. The main cause of the problem is because it's having so much space for articulations that this foot is easily being moved, and with these legs is loosened, it's very hard for him to stand still. So you can see that the joint can move all the way back, which is for the extended articulation. I'm not sure why do anyone else need articulations such as this one. So all you need to do is you just need to push it back. Yeah, it's like pushing it back to the same position as is in the box. So with this being pushed back, you can see the areas for movement is being restricted, that the feet doesn't move around when you are trying to make him stand still. And make sure that you push the feet all the way back so that he have more balance. Okay, yeah, so this is how you make him standing still. Okay, so let's try on this Vegeta as well. You can see that it's having the exact same problem with a lot of gap here, so you just need to push it front. Yeah, something like this, just to make sure that it doesn't leave a lot of space for movement. And this is how you make him stand still. Yep, as you can see, he's standing way better now. Okay, so the main purpose I make this video is to share some awareness. Maybe you guys have already taken note on this, but this is something that has been troubling me because my Vegeta always fall off together with Trunks, and then you'll make Gohan to fall off as well, and the rest of the characters. So yeah, it really irritates me a lot until I actually play around and I notice that this is such a huge gap, and it's such a weird design for them to have so much room for articulation just for the foots alone, which I think is totally unnecessary. Yeah, so I would like to share this awareness for those of you who are facing the same problem but you don't know what went wrong. So this is the main problem on the foot, especially for Vegeta and Trunks, or should I say especially for characters having boots or legs such as this one. So I do hope that this video is informative and helpful for you, and I will catch you guys again in my next video.